I took the 95 to get from West Palm. Think I need a break from everything. Yes, I'm stressed way more than usual.
What is up, my fellow hip-hop heads and music lovers in general? My name is G-Vance and welcome back to my channel. And welcome back to another one of my reviews. I got two albums to review today. They both came out on Friday, so let's get right to it. I'm finally talking about it. So for this video, I'm going to be talking about the new Tory Lanez album. It's his fourth studio album, I believe, and it is called Chixtape number 5. Yes, his very popular fucking Chixtape series has finally got a 5th installment, and everybody's freaking out. And rightfully so, because honestly, this is a really damn good project, not gonna lie. Let me just say, first of all, that I barely got into Tory Lanez. I think it was like last year, because he dropped that one album called I think it was called Love Me Now, and it was, you know, it was the one that had the cover photo of like the puppets and whatnot. I'm not entirely sure, but it was called fucking Love Me Now. And you know, that kind of got me into him. You know, like I'm a really big fan of R&B and whatnot. You know, I don't listen to much of like the new stuff of R&B, because you know, some of it is kind of like a little bit. You know, there are a few artists out there, a few like modern R&B artists who are really good and like have a lot of talent and do the R&B thing really well. But for the most part, you know, I just don't fuck with it that much. You know, it's just my personal thing. You know, I grew up, you know, liking hip hop a lot more. But yeah, I got into Tory Lanez last year, and you know, I thought that he was pretty decent. He was like a pretty like great artist. And you know, like I wasn't as impressed as I was last year, but after fucking hearing Chixtape number 5, I gotta tell you, like, this man like impressed the fuck out of me, not gonna lie. And I know there are some of you that probably find him a little obnoxious, and I'll be honest, I kind of found him really obnoxious earlier this year, because I think it was either this year or last year, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm sure you all were there when Tory Lanez was like throwing shots at like all these artists and rappers for no reason whatsoever. I don't know if he had an actual reason. Like to me, it just looked like he was just trying to start shit for no reason. But yeah, he was starting a lot of shit. And you know, like, you know, he was going at Jordan Lucas, which, if you guys don't remember, Jordan Lucas did make a diss track on him, which was pretty fucking brutal. But I think the one that got me a little bit heated was when Tory Lanez threw shade at Royce da 5'9", which, for those of you that don't know, Royce da 5'9" is one of my favorite rappers of all time. He's in my top 10. And you know, I was just seeing like Tory Lanez just throw shit at him at Twitter, and then fucking Royce, he was like doing shit back, you know, just like, you know, saying shit publicly to him on Twitter too, just like fucking, just like, I guess, responding publicly to what he was saying. And I was just there like Tory, like, I fucking love the fuck out of you, dude. You are really talented and whatnot, but like, Royce will like fuck you up like real fucking bad. Like, don't even try him. Which I'm low-key glad Royce didn't do anything. You know, I don't like all these like beefs for no reason whatsoever. So yeah, I found him a little bit obnoxious when that was going on. But you know, like you always say, you know, you know, I may not personally like someone's personality that much, but if they make good music, then, you know, then I will still give their shit a chance, even though they kind of like are a shitty person. It's the reason why a lot of people like Russ. Well, like, half the people love Russ for his music, and half the people hate the fuck out of him because he is a piece of shit, low key. But you know, I don't want to get into all that. I'm getting kind of off track here. But yeah, Chixtape number 5. Now, for those of you that don't know, and I actually didn't really know this myself, excuse me. I did like a bit of my own homework and research on this. Tory Lanez had a really popular series called the Chixtape series, which were a series of mixtapes that told a narrative. It was kind of like a cinematic, like, storytelling R&B sort of vibe. And I guess back in the day, what Tory Lanez did is that for each song was pretty much him like doing a sample of like old like 2000s, early 2000s R&B. like some of his favorite like bangers from that era of R&B that he really loved and enjoyed, when he was growing up. And he pretty much just like did like a little like samples on those songs on all of the like Chixtape albums pretty much. And they were really really popular at the time. I don't know if, like, I still don't remember. I've got to look this up, but I still don't remember like when like the original ones came out. But it was pretty early in his career now. And pretty much for the fifth installment of his very popular series. Keep in mind, it is his fourth studio album. And so he obviously wanted to like have something, like he wanted to like outdo himself this time, like think outside the box. So what he did here is, you know instead of doing a simple like little fucking sample of like those songs that he enjoyed a lot as a kid, and like just him growing up. He What he pretty much did is he brought those actual artists that made his favorite songs and put them on this fucking album with him. He is working with his fucking idols right now, which is fucking amazing. Not that many artists get to do that, and it's really inspiring to see Tory Lanez just working with people that like inspired him, like people that are the reason why he wanted to pursue a career in music. So yeah, it was pretty cool. So pretty much he had some of his favorite R&B artists, some of like the most famous R&B artists that you can think of, and pretty much brought them on this album to tell this narrative. And every story in these series is very different. So for example, this one, the story is pretty much the whole boy meets a girl, which is Tory Lanez. Tory is meeting this girl, and then Tory gets curved and gets heartbroken by this chick because bitches ain't shit. It's pretty much the whole theme of this album. Bitches ain't shit. Um, which I personally wouldn't say that out loud, but I mean, it's low-key true. Sorry, girls, but there are a few females out there that are kind of fucked up too. It goes both ways. There are some dudes out here that are fucked up, and there are some females out here that are fucked up. It's a whole big fucked up cycle and whatnot. And pretty much what I love about this album, I think, is that every song is like pretty much a recreation of like past R&B songs that Tory Lanez grew up on. And that's a really cool concept, low-key. I love how he before like a song starts, like he plays like a little bit of a sample and audio of like how the original song sounded like, and then there goes the recreation of his song with the artist that made the song too. Like for example, he has a song with Chris Brown called "Take You" or some shit like that. I'm not entirely sure, but it is a sample of a very old Chris Brown song, like when he was like starting out. And I think he also has one with Mario and all that. That's the thing. This fucking album, for me at least, made me feel very nostalgic personally. Like it brought me back to my middle school days. Well, I guess my elementary days, because I didn't get into hip hop until like after fifth grade. But like in my elementary days, when I used to like be into like all that R&B stuff, like when I used to like love to sing and whatnot. I don't do it much now because my voice kind of like got fucked up, with puberty and whatnot. It sucks as, I don't really have that much of a good singing voice that I used to have back then. But, back as a kid, when I was in elementary, like I really loved singing and whatnot. And so I listened to a bunch of R&B and whatnot. Like, I'd be listening to Akon and all that shit. Akon was my favorite fucking like R&B artist back then. So like, that's how much I love that shit. And so pretty much, this album like made me feel very, very, very nostalgic, and made me feel like I was back as like an 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, just like loving R&B. Like it kind of reminded me of how much I used to enjoy R&B. Like I didn't fucking realize how much I like spent just like getting into like rock and hip hop and just like not even giving a fuck about R&B anymore, which is kind of fucked up, because I just realized that there were a lot of good songs back then of R&B that I fucking enjoyed so much that I'm like beginning to understand right now. So yeah, he made me feel very fucking nostalgic, and this whole album just feels like a fucking throwback, like to anybody that grew up in the early like 2000s and were able to witness songs like like You Should Let Me Love You, like that one, or like, you know, Bottoms Up with Trey Songz. You know, just a bunch of like, you know, R&B old like OGs. You know, you're just like witnessing all them. Like, you know, this album just feels like a big fucking throwback. Like it's so fucking great, to be honest. I for once never in my life thought I'd be able to hear fucking Mario ever again on a fucking song. Like I'll be honest. Like I don't know when is the last time that Mario like made a new like track or a new album in general. But when I heard that Mario was gonna be on this fucking album, I was like, bro, I gotta listen to that shit. Fucking Mario is the shit, and he is still the shit. His fucking voice is so fucking great still. Like I don't know how old this fool is yet, but holy shit, like Mario was fucking great on here. Just every fucking feature on this album was so fucking amazing. And by the way, Tory Lanez's storytelling is very, very fucking great here. Like he mostly sings in this album. Obviously, you know, it's like a little like R&B sort of vibe. He does have a little bit of like a rap flow in here, but you know, it's like very, very like minimum pretty much. I personally wouldn't put this as a hip hop album. I don't know why. I don't even know if it's on the hip hop genre on Apple Music, but it probably is. Because it was hyped up all over it and Hip Hop DX and whatnot. um, but I personally wouldn't like consider this a hip hop album whatsoever, because it is way more than that. Like, you know, his Tory Lane storytelling is so great. Like you know, his vocals are getting a lot more better. You know, like you know, he talks about a lot of like deep topics. You know, like pretty much the shit that keeps you up late at night when you're heartbroken and whatnot. Like you know that feeling of like missing your shot with somebody, with someone you really, really wanted to be with. You know, that's what he talks about here. You know, like getting curved. You know how much that hurts, how much it hurts thinking that, oh, you found somebody that's down for you, and then next thing you know, like shit is kind of like you know, it was all a lie, or you know, she was just playing you from the beginning. You know, that's what he talks about here. You know, he pretty much talks about, you know, how, yeah, men can sometimes be dogs, and you know, he admits it in this album too, that like, yeah, I got my flaws too. um but he also shows that, you know, females are pretty fucked up too. You know, some females like you know, they like break your heart out of nowhere and like give zero shits about it, you know what I mean? And you know, like, again, it goes both ways. um but yeah, his storytelling is great. Production value is very fucking amazing. I'm pretty sure Tory Lanez is the one that like, you know, did most of the production work. Which, by the way, like, shout out to you, brother, because the production value is really great. Like, this whole album just sounds as if Pharrell himself like produced the whole fucking album. You know, that's how fucking great this shit is. And you know, just every feature in this album is great. I think my personal favorite song is probably the song called Jerry Sprunger with fucking T-Pain. Like, Tory Lanez and T-Pain just do like a fucking like tag team sort of shit on this, and it just like that whole song sound is so fucking amazing and whatnot. Um, but anyways, um, yeah. But anyways, you know, every feature is great. You know, every song here is just fucking amazing. You know, it's an hour and 10 minutes long. So just so y'all know, it's a pretty fucking long album. But at the same time, you can tell that Tory Lanez like put a lot of effort and a lot of it was like his hard work on this one. And you know, I'm just really, really glad that this shit like came out when it did, because holy fuck, it is one of the best projects I've heard so far this year. Damn, the year's almost fucking over. Holy shit. But yeah, that's pretty much all I really had to say. Also, one more thing about the album, he has like a few skits. What I really like love about this is that not only is there music in it, but he has like some skits in it to, like, you know, tell the story and whatnot. And every fucking skit on this album is so fucking hilarious and funny. Like, this man has had a really great vision, obviously. And you know, I'm just excited to see what else he does next. He really impressed the fuck out of me here, and he may or may not have hyped up a sixth installment of this series. So yeah, get ready for another Chixtape #6, and how many other Chixtape albums that this man is planning on fucking making. But yeah, overall, pretty great album to anyone that is a big R&B fan, to anyone that is a big like old school R&B fan and whatnot. This album will be something that you will fucking love. Like trust me on that. It's a really dope album. Um, and I guess with that being said, that's pretty much all I really had to say. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram down below. As always, DM me for requests. Go ahead and follow Tory Lanez on Instagram down below. His new album, Chixtape number 5, is out now. Go listen to it if you haven't already. And with that being said, don't forget to like, subscribe, click that bell down below, all that good stuff so you don't miss a single one of my uploads whatsoever. And don't forget to stay happy.
She used to work at King of Diamonds on a Monday. Only hit the club on Saturday and Sunday. I used to pull up every week, you should've